The Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again is a 1979 sequel to Walt Disney Productions' 1975 family film The Apple Dumpling Gang, starring the comedy duo of Tim Conway and Don Knotts. Conway and Knotts reprise their roles as Amos and Theodore. The film also stars Tim Matheson, Harry Morgan, and Kenneth Mars. Laugh-In star Ruth Buzzi appears in a small cameo as a wildfire-sighted woman. Robert Totten, who directed installments of Gunsmoke, also had a small part in the film. Plot: Amos Tucker and Theodore Ogilvy, a pair of bumbling hold-up men now going straight, arrive in the boom town at Junction City to start anew. But the duo end up causing havoc while getting cheated out of their money by two bank robbers named Wes Harden and Hank Starrett. Things worsen when Amos and Theodore end up being suspected of the robbery and end up on the run from the town's feared lawman Marshal Woolly Bill Hitchcock, who developed a personal vendetta toward Amos and Theodore after they accidentally humiliated and injured the Marshal on 2 occasions. To escape Hitchcock's vengeance, ditching their donkey Clarice as she was used by the robbers, Amos and Theodore enlist in the U.S. Cavalry at Fort Concho. But the duo's bunglings and a run-in with a now insane Marshal, who found them by following Clarice, result in the fort being burned to the ground. The following day, the fort commander Major Gaskell is relieved of his position while Amos and Theodore are placed in a military jail. But the jail turns out to be a cover for a robber baron named Big Mac, who proceeds to recruit Amos and Theodore for an upcoming train robbery. Still determined to go straight, the boys attempt to extricate themselves from the situation by attempting to warn the local sheriff. The sheriff not available, they are told to visit the saloon as there is a visiting U.S. Marshal. After dressing up as barroom dance girls to hide themselves from Big Mac's gang, having another encounter with Hitchcock and making a trade for blankets to hid themselves, Amos and Theodore accidentally end up on the train Big Mac is targeting before. Amos and Theodore, with the help of Jeff Reed, an Army intelligence officer who posed as an enlisted soldier to uncover a conspiracy of military robberies, and the Major Gaskell's daughter Millie. They arrest the robbers and their inside man Lt. Jim Ravencroft. Soon after given pardons, Amos and Theodore decide to resume working at Russell Donovan's farm. Cast: Tim Conway as Amos Tucker, Don Knotts as Theodore Ogilvy, Tim Matheson as Private, Jeff Reed, Kenneth Mars as Marshal Woolly Bill Hitchcock, Alyssa Davalos as Miss Millie Gaskell, Jack Elam as Big Mac, Robert Pine as Lt. Jim Ravencroft, Harry Morgan as Marge Gaskell, Ruth Buzzi as Old Tough Kate, aka Granny, Audrey Totter as Martha Austin, Richard X. Slattery as Sergeant Slaughter, John Crawford as Sherrick, Ralph Manzer as Little Guy, Cliff Osmond as Wes Harden, Ted Gehring as Hank Starrett, Morgan Paul as Corporal No. 1, Nick Ramus as Native American Chief, Brian O'Byrne as Photographer. Sierra Railway No. 3 reception. The film received a mixed reception.